The ministry of Jesus Christ on this earth was one of great wonder and fascination for all the disciples. And as we read the accounts of his great ministry in the gospel, we understand that he did miraculous things for the disciples and all of us to learn lessons of love, faith, and hope. One of the dramatic things that was the experience of the disciples was to be in a storm in the middle of the Sea of Galilee on a dark night. When the storm arose and the boat was rocking back and forth, it seemed that the boat would capsize, sending all the disciples into a watery grave. But lo and behold, far away they could see a person lighted by the glory of God and walking on the water, appearing to them to come closer to them. And as they realized that this person was Jesus Christ, Peter immediately wanted to walk and go to Jesus. That was a great lesson that Peter learned. He could ask a favor from God, and God would grant him the joy of walking on the water. And as Peter walked on the water, he realized that he was doing something that he never could have done in his power, and that everything that was happening was around him miraculously real. But the tragedy was the spirit of this success made him to think differently, and he lost his focus on Jesus Christ. And the minute he began to lose the focus on Jesus Christ, he began to sink. Nobody can walk on water except through the power of God. And as he sank, he realized that he was now going to drown. And in his despair, he cried out for help. And Jesus Christ, in his mercy, gave his hand and pulled him out of this drowning water. A great lesson that we can learn is that we may apparently be successful, but in our success we may lose the focus on which we are given that success. And if that is lost, we will lose our grip on reality and sink into the depth of sin. And at that time, if we are not careful and ask for God's help, we will drown in the morass of sin. Needless to say, Peter, though he was being drowned, when he lost the focus on Jesus Christ, he had the faith in Jesus that he would deliver him and cried for help. In that moment of his despair, he thought about Jesus as a solution and asked for his help. And Jesus immediately raised him up from the drowning situation and gave him hope. This is a lesson for us to know that God will help us at all times if we ask and have faith in his deliverance from our pit of sin. This is Franklin Samraj for Breakthrough Ministry.